Abela, your Asian matchmaker and soulmate expert. Welcome to tonight's episode of Matchmaker Secrets with Lorii Abela. And here's where we talk about love, dating, and relationship, and of course, matchmaking. So there's always first time for those people who wants to get married. And of course, we want to have some tips about that as well. And we have a guest tonight. We have invited Jaime Bronstein. And she is a licensed therapist, relationship expert, radio show host of Love Talk Live on LA Talk Radio, author and speaker. Jaime, who has been a therapist for 20 years, was named the #1 relationship coach, transforming lives by Yahoo Finance. So hello, Jaime, how are you?
I'm so good, how are you?
Pretty good. So you're looking pretty today. Thank you so much for dressing up for me and the audience, of course.
So happy to be here.
Sure. So let's start this thing. So based on your experience, which aspect of relationships do you get more inquiries about? Like, those people who are looking for dating or those people who are looking for marriage?
So I work with singles, the daters, couples, people going through breakups and divorces, but I would say that most of the people that contact me are the singles. And I feel like it's because they're the most open, they're hopeful, they're believing it's going to happen, and they're not as jaded as some of the married people or the people going through divorces and breakups. So to answer your question, most of the people that reach out to me are the singles and the daters.
Okay, so I like that because you're saying like more or less they're still hopeful, right? Something is going to show up. They're knight in shining armor.
Yeah, and I feel like they feel like there's less to lose in starting therapy. Like they're just open. They're like, let's see what happens, versus married people might have a little bit more of a negative attitude, like, is this really going to help? Which of course it does. Or divorced people are like kind of the same thing. So these single people that haven't been married yet, they're just like, love is why we live. They want love. And so that's why I feel like I get most of my clients are these single people. I absolutely have couples, and I absolutely have people going through breakups and divorces as well. But to answer your question, most of the people that reach out to me are the single people.
Okay, I'm just curious now. Like, are these like, young millennials or like a certain generation, like Generation X or what?
They're all across the board. They really are. And that's what is so beautiful about love, because love can happen at any age, and it does. So these are people that have never been married before. These are people who, whether they're 20s, 30s, some people are in their 50s and they've never been married before, but they want love because we're human. Like Barbra Streisand, people who need people. Like people need people need love. So it happens at any age. And yeah, definitely my clients are all across the board.
Do you think that the younger are more coachable as compared to those like in the 50s?
Oh, like the old, can you teach an old dog new tricks type of thing? Not necessarily. I believe that whatever concept we're talking about, it depends on the person. So there are some younger people that are way more open than older people. There are some older people that are way more open than younger people. It absolutely depends on the person. It's really important to do the work, to do your own personal work, to heal things from the past. And so no matter how old you are, like there are 30-year-olds or 20-year-olds that have done that work to heal the past, and then there are 50-year-olds that haven't. So there might be a 20 or 30-year-old that is more ready to have a relationship and more open.
That's great. So what are the considerations that marriage-minded individuals have to look for even before jumping into something serious?
There are so many things to think about. First of all, I just encourage people to look inside and ask yourself, are you really ready? And some things to consider are you ready to give up your individual life? And we were just talking about there are people that have maybe been single for a really long time. And so getting into a relationship with somebody means giving up doing whatever you want to do. So are you ready to give up your single life? Are you completely done with your past relationships? Have you put them to rest? Or are you still holding on to some exes. You need to make sure that you are really ready to have a relationship. And you just need to assess, are you in a mind space? Are you emotionally and mentally ready? Because a lot of people go into serious relationships thinking that their partner is going to fix them or their life is going to be so much better magically because of this other person. And you really do need to do that personal work to make sure you've healed, you've resolved your unresolved issues from the past so that you are really ready for a serious relationship.
Okay. So, because you're saying are you really ready? But were there instances that there are some people after talking to them many, many times, they're still not, budging. There's something holding them.
Yes, and that happens a lot. People have walls up, and they're not even aware of their walls. And so what I do as a therapist, I help to reflect back to them, to say, I feel like you are holding yourself back. You are in your own way. It's not because you're overweight. It's not because, you don't have enough money. Whatever your excuses are, you are in your own way. So this happens all the time. And so this is the work that I do. I help people to resolve these stories, these negative stories that are in their mind.
That's true. And so you also prep couples looking to get married. Would you share to us some of these teachings that you tell them?
Yes. So I think that people that are getting married should be aligned with their intentions. So they should be aligned on religion, on their views on religion, how many children they want to have. They should be aligned on where they want to live. They should be aligned on a lot of their goals together. And then also, I think it's really important that they are supportive of each other, of their individual goals as well.
Yeah, you mentioned religion, usually those are the no-nos when you talk about on the first date. How about politics though?
Yeah, it's so interesting because I was thinking I was going to add politics, but it seemed almost too cliche. But also another thing that they should be aligned on is finances. And that's something that a lot of people before they get married do not talk about. And it is, I would say, I know years ago, I haven't checked recently, but I know years ago it was the #1 reason why people get divorced, an issue with finances. Because people just weren't aligned with how they wanted to spend money and how they viewed finances and financial aspects. So, and to me, because the work that I do is it's not just money, it's deeper. Everything is always deeper. There's always a deeper meaning. So to be really aligned on your financial goals is so important before you get married.
Not too long ago, I had a guest, she's a lawyer, and she was saying there are a lot of people who are talking more about sex rather than talking about finances. so it's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking to be with somebody that's a sustainable relationship forever, sex is important, but however, finances, they can bring up so many problems.
Yeah. So looking back after sharing these things, do you think many looking into marriage are even considering this? Remember that not everybody, goes to an expert to prepare.
Yeah, I think that people get so wrapped up in the excitement of getting married, especially people that are getting married at a later age. It's finally happening. I don't care about anything else. Let's not even having these conversations. I just want the ring. And the problem with that is that this is your life. This is your life. And you have one life to live. So you want to live the happiest life possible. So I don't care how old you are, when it is that you finally get that ring, really have these important conversations because you don't want to end up getting divorced. It happens 50%, I think 51% of the time, whatever it is now. It does happen, and it happens for a reason. However, if you want to avoid getting divorced, really look at all of these important aspects before you do walk down that aisle. Because ideally, the things that I tell my clients are, look for somebody that you miss. Look for somebody that you're intrigued by. Look for somebody who you feel like your heart is at peace. And that can be interpreted in so many ways. Somebody who you feel like is home to you. These are things that people don't even think about before they get married.
Yeah. And so as far as the finances, do you run down to them like what are the questions you should ask?
I always say, there's a place and time for everything, and you want to do things in a very organic way. Mm-hmm. You never want it to feel like an interview, but there are very important things. And personally, since I am a therapist, I am a big fan of therapy. I mean, I had a client who, she went on one date with a guy, and they came to me for therapy. So it's never too early to go to therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so meaning like if you're considering getting married, if you're engaged, go to therapy.
Okay. And so do you actually recommend a particular number of dates before they can ask about finances?
Every situation is so different. I would say like wait at least 3.
Okay.
And then take it from there. But use your intuition. I'm big on intuition. So use your intuition and think to yourself, do I feel like this is the right time? Because you don't want it to be misinterpreted. You want it to be authentic. Not like I'm looking for a sugar daddy. Are you one? But more like, how do we feel about finances? Like, this is my experience growing up and in my professional life. What's your experience like?
How about, I mentioned earlier sex. Do you actually, tell them, okay, after a certain number of dates, that's the only time that you can start, having a kiss or something? I have no idea.
Once again, it totally depends on the situation. If you're in the moment and it's that first date and you truly feel like this is someone special, and it happens. I mean, I do know people, I've had some clients that it's happened on the first date and they got married. Typically, do not have sex on the first date.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that, okay? Typically, it doesn't work. Because, okay, as my grandma would say, we live in a man's world. And men judge. So the better idea is to wait because you want the man to respect you. However, in the world we're living in now, women are very empowered, which is wonderful. But if it's a guy who you think has major potential, I would say just hold off.
Okay, yeah. We have to give kudos to your grandma.
Yes.
Maybe she's watching.
I love my grams. She's 93.
Really? Oh my God. Now I'm wondering, because she's giving you tips. So did she give you a tip before you got married?
So my grandma, when I was dating, and I didn't meet my husband until I was 34. And so there were so many Sundays that I would go to this is when my grandpa was still alive also. I would have brunch at their house every Sunday. And my grandma was like my therapist. We'd have the bagels, we'd have the brunch, we'd go upstairs and we'd sit on the couch. And my grandma was like my therapist. So she gave me such great advice. And a funny little story, I don't know if you're gonna edit this out or not, but a funny story about my husband and I is that because I'm Jewish, my husband's Catholic, and we waited a few dates. And I was telling my grandma that we actually waited, it was like into 4 dates. And her response was, "You haven't had sex yet?"
Wow, she's modern.
Yeah, and so I was like, I thought you'd be proud of me that we haven't had sex yet. So after the 4th date, we had sex.
Oh, wow, I cannot believe that your grandma is so,
modern.
up to the times,
I thought, I was like, Grandma, I'm being such a good girl. And she's like, go have sex. I give you my blessing.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we'll edit that out.
Not a lot of, elderly will be like that, I'm surprised.
It was surprising.
That's amazing. So we all know that many are not comfortable with inconvenience, and at any instance of inconvenience, people give up. As an expert, what do you think are the top 3 considerations to have a stable relationship?
So I always say that it's ATV. A stable, long-term relationship, you want to have ATV: authenticity, trust, and vulnerability. The V is a twofer: vulnerability, but also value. You want to value each other. So if you have authenticity in your relationship, you are just showing up as who you are and not worried about any judgment whatsoever, and that person just loves you no matter what. So that's authenticity. Trust is you trust each other, but you're also trusting yourself and your intuition always, trusting your voice, honoring your voice. And then vulnerability, obviously, it's very obvious just to be vulnerable. And then to value each other, to put each other as each other's priority, and to just look at each other as a gem, as a very important person, the most important person in your life.
Yeah.
So if you have those qualities in your relationship, I would say, I'm just going to put it out there, I would say you have that deep, really deep connected bond, you have 99.999% chance of having a forever, long-time relationship until you die.
Wow, sounds like promising. But anyway, I was wondering, because you're talking about vulnerability and you're, a therapist. So I know that, it's difficult for women. And how is he teaching that to men?
Vulnerability? Yes. Speaking of couples, so I do have a lot of couples that do come to me, and the problem is that the man is not being vulnerable. And it's a process. And a lot of times what ends up happening is I end up doing sessions with just the man, individual sessions, so that he can really go there. Because a lot of times, whether it's a man or a woman, we are taught by our parents to not be vulnerable and to not share our truths. So it takes time, but men, real men wear pink. Like, real men can cry, okay? Real men can share their stories, can share their truths, because if you're not going to be yourself, then there's no point in having a relationship. So it takes a little time, but men do get there, and it's beautiful. I mean, men, you don't want a man to turn into a woman. Like, you want the men to maintain their masculinity, but that's the thing, like, there's a fine line. You can maintain your masculinity and still be vulnerable, and all vulnerability means is just, I think vulnerability and authenticity are very similar. It's just showing up as who you are, not holding back, sharing your feelings, getting in touch with your feelings. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I always am glad to hear some men, like, I have a friend, she said that, sometimes they watch drama movies and then the boyfriend is actually the one crying. I was thinking, really? That's
my
very
God.
nice. No, because, like, they're just being true to themselves. Like, that's who they are. Like, they're touched by whatever is happening that they can see in the movies. But I think they're a gem. Like, not too many of them are out there.
No, actually, my husband cries a little bit once in a while. I'm like, I look at him, I'll be like, is there something in your eye that's bothering you, or are you actually crying? So it's once in a while, but it's very endearing when a man can show his feelings. It's attractive.
Okay. Now I'm wondering about your husband. So, like,
Bring him out here.
Probably people have asked you, like, do you do psychotherapy with or therapy with your husband?
Oh, do I analyze him? Right. And this is also a thing when I was dating. Yeah. Every guy would be like, are you going to analyze me? I'm like, no. Here's the thing. I work nonstop. So when I'm done with work, I have no desire to analyze anybody else. So no, I don't analyze my husband. But what I do, which is very helpful, is the only thing that I do is I help our relationship. Like, if I find that he's getting really upset about something, I'll say, like, I don't really want to enter the battlefield with you. You know, I would rather just talk about this in a calm way. And also, I feel like you're projecting. I mean, like, so I'll use my tools. I'll say, if you're judging, it's just a projection. So actually, like, that's how you feel about yourself. I have no problem saying things like that.
Okay. So are you a proponent of having meetings? You know, meeting between the husband and the wife, or like a girlfriend or boyfriend?
Meetings like,
Hey, this is the time that we're gonna be unloading whatever is, you know, bothering us. I'm not sure, like, you know, if
yes.
you a proponent.
Yes, that is actually, that's a really great idea that I do tell my clients to do, to have a check-in. Because it can be so helpful, because you don't want to hold things inside. You don't want to like carry this, in psychology it's called like you're carrying around like this bag of trash and you just like let it out. So you do want to have, whether it's weekly or monthly, you do want to have conversations where you're honoring your voice. You're saying, this is how I feel, with no attachment to the outcome, without worrying, with no fear of how your spouse, your boyfriend or girlfriend is going to react.
Yeah, I know a couple. They usually meet, I think, every Friday. And the funny thing is that, you know, for every something which is bothering the other person, you have to give a kiss. Instead of, like, you know, punching each other, they give a kiss.
I love that.
I think it's so cute.
That is so good. Yes, and like I always say, like, when you're gonna start a conversation, start it with, I just want to let you, like, I love you, because it's disarming. And then also to not say you did this, but this is how I'm feeling, so that they don't feel defensive. But I love that, I love the physical aspect of that. So like, I'm going to share this with you, and then we're going to kiss. And I'm going to share this with you again. Now here's my third item, fourth item. I love that.
Okay. You know, I wish we have a lot more time, but, you know, I really appreciate your being over here, Jaime. So for the benefit of those people who are watching tonight, I just want to let you know that I am inviting you over here just in case you're an expert in love, dating, and relationship. We want to hear your voice because, like, you know, a lot of people would like to hear what you have to share. And of course, if you are single and, you know, navigating being single, we want to, you know, find out how you're doing. And of course, if you're in a happy relationship, the more that we would like to have you over here. I'm sure you have secrets to share. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
All right, sure. Bye-bye.